I mean, as youth leaders, we're so busy like just preparing and planning things and dealing with all the details. It's just such a gift to have the D2S resources to be able to spend that extra bit of time helping our students grow and pouring into our leaders as well. Hi, I'm Carrie, and I have been working in youth ministry for a long time. Altogether, gosh, I think probably 15 to 20 years we've been doing youth ministry, and it's just been such a privilege to be a part of and to see how God has worked through the lives of young people. What I liked best in youth ministry was that it was just unexpected because, students are going through so much change in their life and they're fun, and you never knew from one moment to the next what God was gonna do. They're gonna say something super, spiritually strong, and then the next minute something just totally crazy and weird or whatever. Students today are facing such incredible challenges to their world that I think is really, really unique. They are at such an impressionable age, and everything about their world is being formed oftentimes for their entire life. Their sense of who they are and what their priorities are and what they believe is being formed. And youth leaders are on the front lines getting a chance to really help students understand what those things look like in the context of the Bible. As I was looking for resources for my ministry, I always tried to make sure that it was like a great combination of actually representing the truth of the Bible. And that sounds kind of obvious probably, but unfortunately there's a lot of stuff out there that doesn't really explain the truth very well. The day-to-day of being a youth leader, honestly, was really hard sometimes and really exhausting. And so when I remember D2S was so great about encouraging me in very specific ways. There was often times where I would receive a phone call and they would pray with me, and I knew that they were just there supporting me, or they would suggest one of their new resources. There is always a clear communication of the gospel, and students are reminded of what that means in their own lives as well as how to share it with others. I've always loved the resources, and so when it became free, it just was so much easier to convince my leadership because we had a limited budget and things like that. I don't think nearly as many of my students would still be following Jesus today if they hadn't had that opportunity to really engage with him through those resources. This young man, his name was Wes Jones, and he was kind of an athletic student, really fun, but really loved Jesus right from the beginning. I remember when we showed some of our resources from D2S there with Wes Jones, he just was so excited about this concept of how important it was to share the gospel with other people. He went out and started sharing. He had a huge group of friends because he was a student athlete and wanted to share with all of them right away. Now Wes is using D2S curriculum as a youth leader with his students, and it's just been really amazing to see how God has used that and his passions to reach more and more students with the gospel, and he's inspiring them now to go on and share the gospel message with their friends too. Supporting youth leaders is an extremely worthwhile cause because what they're doing really matters. I think the simplest way that I can say that D2S resources really impacted us in such a powerful way is that it helped us focus on the two most important things: loving Jesus and loving others. And this led to students growing as well as our group growing as a result.